Hey everyone, Brendan Center here. How are you? Thanks so much for joining me for this Record Store Day special preview video where I'm going to go through the stuff that has come in so far. Now, if you know anything about Record Store Day, titles just keep coming in throughout the week. So even after you've seen this video, before November 28th, the day of Record Store Day, Black Friday, day after Thanksgiving in the US at least, more stuff will continue to come in, but a lot of great stuff. I'm here at Sound Exchange in Wayne, New Jersey, going through all this stuff. If you're in the area on November 28th for Record Store Day, make sure to stop by Sound Exchange, Wayne, New Jersey. It's where I film with Anthony Coviello, the Sound Exchange sessions. And a quick shout out to him and thank you for letting me film all this great stuff for you guys, giving you some previews. So I'm gonna do it a little different than I've done in past years where I've kind of pulled some stuff out in advance. I'm just gonna thumb through this, see what we got, pull it out. So in this particular case, we're gonna kick off with Aha, and this is the Take On Me 40th Anniversary Edition. It's 8 different versions of the #1 hit. Wow, I don't know if I need that many, but that's what it is. 84 single and 85 single and instrumental. A lot of just different versions of things, but Aha, I love those guys back in the day. We've got America. This is an expanded edition of the album itself, the classic album, 50 Years On for Hearts. I'm gonna try and keep these in order too, because after I would film those videos with you guys the other times, putting it all back was an absolute nightmare. Asking Alexandra, this is a trans red with black and marble. Does that mean it's gone from red to black and marble? Interesting way to put that. Let's see, we've got something from Avatar for Nickelodeon fans, The Last Airbender, Book 1. This is cool here. Albert Ayer. We got some cool saxophone, 1964 Europe. This is a Black Friday exclusive 4 LP set. This is one that I'm actually excited about. Bad Brains, live at the Bayou, Washington, D.C., 1980. And also March 15th, 1981. So previously unreleased complete concerts from 1980 and 81 for Bad Brains. I think this packaging looks particularly very cool. Yeah.
I'm gonna have to shut the door.
Nope.
Is that all right?
No problem. I'll text when I need to come out.
All right.
Yeah, so see, I'm down here in the basement. Sometimes they gotta close me in down here, let the people upstairs keep looking at stuff. But no worries, I've got all the records here to go through, so I'm certainly excited about that. We got the band Jericho. This one here, let's see, check the front. We got a limited edition, first time on vinyl for this one, in cobalt blue. Next up, we got B-52's Wild Planet, picture disc version of the album. Always love those. All right, what do we got after that? Big Head Todd and the Monsters, Sister Sweetly. This is their debut album from '93, limited to 3,000 copies on C Blue. All right, what do we got here? Oh, if you got kids, then you got to get this, Bluey. This is one of the new Zoetrope picture discs. It animates as it moves. Then we've got here, not familiar with this artist, Benson Boone, Pulse. Sure, this guy's probably a very popular guy, just not in my wheelhouse, but something for everyone. Bratmobile. This looks cool here. Very best of Eric Burden and War, 2 LP set. It's got 2 never before heard bonus tracks on it. Spill the Wine is remixed and on vinyl for the very first time. This is one I just found on CD not too long ago. Phil Collins 12ers, so 6 tracks of 12-inch versions, limited edition, LP. Oh, here's one that I'm super excited about. Love this. Alice Cooper, Welcome to My Nightmare live album from the Los Angeles Forum, June 17th, 1975. It's a previously unreleased live show. Look at that. Now, if you're a CD fanatic like me, this is dropping on CD on Record Store Day and or November 28th. So you can get it on CD if you're a CD fanatic and don't want the LP edition of it. All right, then we've got here the 11th House featuring Larry Carroll, and it's a jazz rock festival from '76. Let's see, not familiar with this one here, probably gonna get it wrong. Pilot Talk 2 sounds like the album. Kernsey? I don't know, but there you go. Show you guys the covers. Hopefully you'll recognize some of the stuff if you don't know it. We got some cool, Miles Davis has also got something coming out of December 3rd, 1965. The second set, sorry, the light in here and the plastic shrink wrap sometimes prevents a glare. I'm trying to do my best with that. We got Dead Milkman picture disc. This is Big Lizard in My Backyard, 40th Anniversary Deluxe Remastered Vinyl. Bonus 12-inch alternate takes are included with this. So if you're a Dead Milkman fan, I know there's a bunch of you guys out there, probably something very cool for you. Very Best of D-Light coming out, available on vinyl for the first time. Groove is in the Heart, of course, is on this purple and orange splatter vinyl on that one. All right, we've got Deltron 3030, or however it might be said, limited edition clear, yellow, and black vinyl. Oh, Devo, Merry Something to You, perfect for the holidays. A great picture disc to be releasing right now, available for the first time on vinyl. We got 2 songs on side A and 2 more on side B. And then this one will probably be a pretty popular one, the Freewheelin' Bob Dylan LP. First ever release of the Freewheelin' Bob Dylan as it was originally conceived. Okay, so includes 4 tracks that were withdrawn before the album came out. Original Never Before Seen liner notes. Well, that's the one I'll probably be picking up. I didn't realize that's what it was. I glazed right past it when I first saw it because I thought it was just a straight reissue of it. So you never know. Always got to look at the information on these albums to see what there is. Let me stretch way in the back up here and see what we got behind this. See if there's something very cool up here. In Vogue. Let's see. We got a Flaming Lips that's in here. This is live 2024 concert that they did. And what do we got behind it? Oh, this is one. Live Fleetwood Mac. Look at that. This is 1975 on vinyl for the first time. Limited crystal clear vinyl for this. Now, like the Alice Cooper, this one is also being released on CD the same day, so you can check that out. I know I'm going to be doing that as well. And then what else do we got? We got, oh, here we go. Charlie Brown Christmas by Vince Guaraldi. Always got to have that at the holiday season. And let's jump back to the front of this now. We've got another George Harrison. Looks like it's one of those Zoetrope type releases that's going to animate when you play it. Living in a Material World, the 50th Anniversary Edition. I think he did 2 of these last record store day. I remember growing up with this. Pee-wee's Big Top Adventure. So, original soundtrack, first time on picture disc, right? Probably never picture disc back in the 80s. Okay, we got some John Lee Hooker in there as well. 30th anniversary of his 1995 album on blue vinyl. Billy Idol, Avril Lavigne, 1977. If you know anything about this, he released this song as a single, but when you bought the album, the Avril Lavigne version wasn't on there. So now you get the side A with Avril Lavigne, and side B is the album version that's just Billy Idol. Now, personally, I prefer just the Billy Idol version and was so glad that's the way the album was, but I know a lot of you guys like that. This is one that's on my list. Hopefully, I'll be able to get live from Royal Albert Hall, NXS, 1986. This was part of the Super Deluxe edition that I think was website only for this release. Flipped upside down for whatever reason. The hype sticker's upside down on this. Rare live recording, first time on vinyl. Apple Red vinyl. Okay. Jazz Sabbath live. So not only getting some Black Sabbath as a tribute, but you're getting it done jazz style. See what else? We've got a Jelly Roll in here. Not really my cup of tea, but I know he's very popular out there these days. Just recently guested on the recent Bon Jovi Forever Legendary Edition. Billy Joel, live from Long Island. I know this one's going to be a sought-after one. Hometown Show, Nylon Curtain Tour, 3 LP, 5 songs not part of the original home video. Then we've got David Johansen and the Harry Smiths. Says it's a Cheatski original master, okay. Looking to see if it is colored. I don't see anything calling it out, but look on the back side, we do get some sort of little booklet that's coming with it, so there is something, a little bonus. Does not stipulate what that is. Kind of a shame. You get this hype sticker, but then they don't tell you what's in it, but it's a one-step pressing. And I know that's a whole new thing about getting the even more clear sound as this one-step pressing, but it's still new to me. You guys weigh in if you know more about that and can let people know. Jorma Korkian, I hope I'm saying that right. I've always butchered it and gotten it wrong, but Mike from Sound Exchange always corrected me on that, so hopefully I finally got it right. This was his birthday celebration tour. It's on purple and natural marble vinyl. Looks like that. We got a B.B. King in here, broadcasting the blues live from Germany and Sweden. No room for blues, so you know Anthony, Sound Exchange, always a good place to get some blues, some funk, some soul. So he always brings that cool stuff in. I'm not sure what this is here. Official bootlegger King Gizzard. Okay, so some sort of picture disc from them. Not able to pronounce this gentleman's name. Rashond Roland Kirk, perhaps? Sorry. Trying to make sure these are visible for you guys. That's Vibrations in the Village. It's a live show. We also get something called Seeks and Listen, live at Penthouse, 1967. Same artist. Then we've got Ladytron, Nightlife. And this is a 2 LP Milky Clear vinyl. It's interesting because it says Telephones on here. And that's not the title of this. Ladytron Nightlife. Maybe they should have changed that to say Nightlife across there. All right, who is this one and what is this? Lala's. Not familiar with this artist, but it is available. It's called Extra Extra. Yusef Latif, Golden Flower live in Sweden release. So remember, as I said before, a lot of stuff still coming in, a lot of stuff still being shipped. Anthony said he only got about half the order so far. So if you haven't seen some of the other titles that you're looking for on Record Store, like I didn't show you guys The Doors, but The Doors is coming out. They've got a live release. Always great to get it. The Doors 2, also available on CD the same day. I'm going to reach way in the back here and see what I can find. We've got a box. Oh, look at this. Love. This is the complete Elektra albums and also includes an exclusive Rarities LP. That was the thing that caught my eye. You get the 4 LPs as you see on the back here, and then you get this Rarities LP, which it has, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 tracks on it. Sometimes talk about these rarities, and then they've got like 7 or 8 tracks. It's not really a full thing, but there we have it. Okay, we have a Bruno Mars 12-inch, first time pressed on vinyl, it says. This has 4 tracks on it, somewhere in Brooklyn, and a whole bunch of other stuff. Matchbox 20, live in 2001. Pressed on Flavors Truffle vinyl. I mean, where do they come up with the names for these things? It's crazy. Band's first full-length live album, now available. All right, we got a Curtis Mayfield in here, and this is part of the Rhino Reserves cut from analog tape, 180 gram vinyl. All right, then we've got, oh, somebody mentioned this, was very excited about it. Metal Machine Music. I believe this is a tribute to, of course, the album that was done by Lou Reed, which is a very experimental thing back in the day. So we have a new collection of extreme sonics inspired by Lou Machine's Metal Machine Music. So maybe it's not even really a tribute, but is it just inspired buy. Well, do a little research on this if you're interested and know what it is before going in to pick it up. All right, we've got Joni Mitchell, and this is the Rolling Thunder Review 180 gram vinyl celebrating 50 years limited edition release. Okay, this is one that I'm excited about. I'm particularly looking forward to. Montrose Live. This is the KSAN radio session record plant, Sausalito, California, April 21st, 1973. It's actually before they were even called Montrose. It's introduced as Ronnie and Friends. Of course, we got Sammy Hagar as part of that, so that's very cool. And then we've got a Motley Crue Home Sweet Home picture disc. So even though it's got the same cover as the Theater of Pain, that's what it is. What's kind of cool about it, though, is the multi-versions of Home Sweet Home that are on here. You get the 1985 original, you get the Dolly Parton version, you get the Home Sweet Home 91 version, and then you get a live version, a demo version, and an instrumental. So how many versions could you possibly want? Kind of cool. I'll tell you what, if there was actually a CD version of it, I'd buy it just to hear the variation, the growth. But I think I would like it better if it started with the demo, did the studio, went to a live, went to the 91, do it in the order that those were released. I think it'd be pretty cool. Larry Mullins and Mike Watt doing something together. How crazy is that? It's dedicated to the Stooges, only 1,000 copies. We Will Fall, parts 1 and 2. Oh, I almost wore this shirt today. Went with my Tool shirt instead, but Municipal Waste, one of my favorite newer thrash bands. I mean, I think they've been around 20 years, but newer in the sense of the original 80s when it all started. Toxic Green and Purple merge for this album here. Okay, we got Big Papa. This is a remix from the Notorious B.I.G. celebrating its 30th anniversary. We've got Or, live from Madison Square Garden, limited edition white vinyl. All right. I know there's some Grateful Dead stuff. They don't have it just yet. That's expected for Record Store Day, but right now, Old and In the Way. November 4th, 1973, of course, that features Jerry Garcia in the lineup. I know there's some Tom Petty stuff. I don't think we've gotten to that. Oh, I might still because we're in the P's, but I'm just thinking about all the things I haven't seen yet that I already talked to you guys about when I did the initial run through of the Record Store Day list. So lots of stuff still missing, but again, hopefully this is giving you, an idea, whetting your appetite, kind of getting you excited. Charlie Patton, who is father of the Delta Blues. This is an exclusive transparent orange vinyl, 2,000 copies. We got some cool doom metal here from Pelican. What We All Come to Need, gray vinyl, 3 LPs, Black Friday Record Store Day exclusive. Let's see what else we got going on here. All right, Linda Perry, Four Non Blondes. We have an album from her. This is a complex confessional penned in the final days of the Four Non Blondes. So interesting. So if you kind of want to know what maybe the next Four Non Blondes album would have sounded like, sounds like this would be the thing to check out. Hey, there is a Tom Petty in here. I thought perhaps it didn't ship, but here we go. So this is interesting. The live anthology From the Vaults, Volume 1, 14 tracks, first time on vinyl in turquoise vinyl. Now, if you have the CD box set, which I can't remember if it was a 5 CD or a 4 CD, but the bottom line is when you bought the Best Buy exclusive, it came with this extra bonus disc. So if you got that limited one from Best Buy, you already have this. But if you were buying the vinyl one, it's never been pressed, you haven't been able to get it. I think that was just the 4 LPs then. So now you can finally get that. I thought it was kind of a cool thing. I would love to pick it up. Again, if it was standalone on CD. All right, we do get a Rat picture disc, although I think they could do it a little bit bigger and better, but it's still kind of cool. Dangerous, but worth the risk, and what you give is what you get, closer to my heart. So these are studio, nothing special about it, just a Rat picture disc if you're into all of that. Jonathan Richman, You Must Be Asked the Heart, 30th anniversary, first time on vinyl. A lot of things making their debut on vinyl. Check this Rolling Stones out, one of those zoetrope things that will animate their Satanic Majesty's Request on that special vinyl. I know there's a bunch of liquid vinyls coming out too. I haven't seen it in here, although I could have missed some of the stuff because I'm not reading everything. Linda Ronstadt, the early years. This is a definitive collection featuring 2 rare live recordings from 1970. It's numbered, this number 250, by the way, a good low number on that. We've got a band called, I don't know if it's called Sleigh Bells or Treats. Sleigh Bells comes first, Treats is bigger, so I'm thinking perhaps the name of the band is Treats, but if you're looking for that. And here we got some more doom metal sounding stuff. Slow Burn. John Garcia from Caius doing this project. This one here, Amusing the Amusing. I thought it was called Amusing the Amused, but I could be wrong. I could have just misread it all these years. I have that on CD. It's an EP, 4 tracks. There's John Garcia there on the back side. If for some reason you've never checked this out, but you're a fan of Caius, this stuff is so good. I highly, highly recommend that. All right, we got a little bit more in the back. I'm going to reach over to here now and see what we can get. Sunvolt, Trace, 50 best alt country albums of all time list, apparently it made. It's on purple vinyl. Soul Coughing has a release. Ruby Vroom remixes. Apparently this is an exclusive Black Friday release. Doesn't mention anything about color, but it may well be. Lots of these things turn out to be that way. I've gotten home before, opened stuff up. Didn't say anything about it, turned out to be color. Sugar, Copper Blue, one of my favorite early 90s alternative rock bands. We get the singles collection, and it's got 4, looks like 12 inches inside there. In fact, there they are on the back side, so you can see that. Very cool. This one is neat here. All right, this one is Tentative Decisions. It is the demos and live by the Talking Heads, and there is an LP and 7-inch in this thing. So this, again, is on my list. It may be something I will try and get a hold of come record store day. We've got live show from Tangerine Dream, live at Palace des Arts Montreal, April 9th, 1977. Triple red and white vinyl. And let's go on further back and see what we got. This is Thievery Corporation, Radio Retaliation. Looking to see if there's color or anything special. 2 pieces of green vinyl are in here. I don't know what this is, but it's in some cool packaging. 2 chains, and it looks like it's in a pair of denim. So anniversary edition, red, white, and blue, marbled vinyl. Doesn't even mention the special packaging, but that's probably the coolest part of this whole thing. All right, not into that, but that's cool. Voivod, Lost Machine live. I think this is first time on vinyl. Double album, limited edition. It says Mars Attack Red. Oh, I know Anthony's hot for this one. Morgan Wade release here. The Party Is Over, Last Call. It's a limited edition translucent purple vinyl, and it features 5 new songs on it. All right, we're getting down to the ends here. We've got a Ween release. I was into them back in the day, saw them live. Shinanola, Volume 1. 20th anniversary of the legendary Ween Rarities compilation. I think I actually owned this one back in the day. Beautiful brown vinyl, it says. They're one of those bands that's kind of a little bit all over the place, very eclectic, and so I never really stayed with them because they changed their styles a lot. Not familiar with this one. DBPM Records. It's a raised cover on this. 12 rarities, highlighting 15 years of music on the label. These must be like the various releases. Okay, there's one from a band called Witch, and it's apparently impossible to find. 7 inches all gathered up on this release. So if you're like band Witch, that's a kind of a cool thing there. And last but not least, we generally always get a Warren Zevon release. It's kind of like always getting a Doors release. So Epilogue live at the Edmonton Folk Music Festival, his final live recording. How cool is that? Getting that on vinyl there. And there you go. Now, just to wrap things up, there are a few CDs and stuff. We saw this one on LP. The David Johansen you can buy on CD. The Jorma Korkian you can buy on CD. Let's see what else we got. Now, what's interesting is that the Fleetwood Mac, the Alice Cooper, trying to remember the third one. There's 3 of them that are coming out on CD the same day. And why they're not available to buy at Record Store Day, but they're just standard releases that you can get from anywhere, I don't know. I think they should have grouped it all together. Oh, look at this. I almost missed this. Prince and the Revolution. I can't read it because it's such cool writing that's on there. Try and read it. Around the World in a Day, the singles. So a whole 7-inch singles box set of that. We've got a cassette release from Deltron 3030, right? We saw that one on LP. We got some 7 inches here. Xanadu 45, ELP and Olivia Newton-John soundtrack that they had done together. Getting that song originally. Dillinger Escape Plan has a 7-inch. Under the Running Board. Let's see what else. Oh, don't want to miss this one. This is Led Zeppelin Trampled Underfoot 7-inch special limited edition packaging. I wasn't aware that it wasn't going to be in a sleeve. I mean, it's in a sleeve, but not be a colored sleeve, that it would just go off of that image. So I'm a little bit bummed about that, but this is supposed to be a replica pressing of the way it originally was. So I do understand that aspect. 1975 2025 50th anniversary edition of that. That's very cool. I may pick one up regardless. And then what do we have here? Black Friday, the Subway and the Giver, and it feels like it's a split, but I could be completely wrong. I don't know. I'm just going to show you, and hopefully you recognize what that is. I think I've covered just about everything that was here. I know there's a Billie Eilish release that has yet to come in. There's so much more that hasn't come in just yet. So definitely head over to the Record Store Day website and check the full list of releases so you know what's coming out in your store, your location, but also at Sound Exchange in Wayne, New Jersey. And I appreciate you tuning in and hope you enjoyed this preview run through of what's coming out on November 28th, Black Friday, Record Store Day. Gear up, everyone.